So I've been thinking, in chapter 1182, Remo Shifu Killingham, the user of the Dragon Fruit mythical type model Kirin, uses his ability to make nightmare creatures to summon his own fear and the fear of the celestial dragons, which is the rain deity called Zaza. Zaza, in her design, has a ring upon her back. This ring is very similar to the ring that we see upon the back of Nerona Emu once they use the powers of their devil fruit. So, with that being said, I'm not sure what the ring symbolizes in One Piece. I would assume divinity, like how I had thought the white Hagoromo that Luffy and Remo Shifu Killingham have symbolized divinity. So maybe it could be another symbol of divinity, but when talking about Luffy directly, seeing as how he is the sun deity, I think he could form his own ring, perhaps after seeing the ring upon Nerone Emu's back. And I think that ring would end up being the ring that we see on Kuma's tracksuit and on the back of Kuma's Bible, because we know that Kuma's Bible contains stories about Nika based on Bonnie and Kuma's flashback. So, with that being said, the reason why I think this would be very appropriate is because some people say that the symbol is a crosshair, and others say that it is a codasign, a type of sign that you find in sheet music. So, thinking about it as a crosshair, it makes sense because Luffy's entire arsenal of attacks are all named after firearms. So, it makes sense for him to have a crosshair on his back. And there have been times in which he mimics a crosshair in which he returns fire back to his opponent after using, say, Gum Gum Balloon. Or more recently, when he performs the same sort of crosshair mimicry when he performs Gum Gum Dawn Thor Rifle on Shepard Summers in Elbaf while in Gear 5th. So it being a crosshair makes sense specifically for Luffy because it's very thematic with his style of attacking. However, in thinking about the symbol like a codasign, it makes sense too. Even though a codasign is supposed to, say, play the verse and go directly to the end of the song, I could see it making sense for Luffy because, of course, the drums of liberation have been a driving force of his abilities after discovering Gear 5th. And it kind of carries the same connotation as a crosshair because you're aiming at a destination for your projectile to go. So a codasign makes the same kind of sense in that way because you're designating where the song should end. So in both cases, both reading it as a crosshair or looking at it as a codasign denotes a destination for something to go, which makes a lot of sense because that's what Kuma's abilities are all about. He uses his paw pad and pushes something or someone towards a final destination. So in reading it like a codasign or in reading it like a crosshair, it makes sense because we're aiming for a final destination for something to go. So I could see that being the case for Luffy's ring if he were to manifest one. And it would give more context to Kuma as a whole. But with that being said, if you're enjoying the video so far, click the like button. And if you want to see more from me, click the subscribe button followed by that bell so you never miss a video. In addition, if you could, hit the hype button because it really does help. With that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede Works.